let's get into UFC, Papa. And we have a big fight coming up.
Huge card.
In Boston.
Yes.
In Boston. And listen, you should give this dude the bell.
You blue chipping something?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Give this guy.
do
Give this guy.
Now I'm excited.
By the way, Rigo likes your black on black, Eddie.
Rigo, my man. Rigo, you need to come to the show. I already told you already, Papa. So let's get into it. UFC, what is it? 292. 292.
When do they stop doing the numbers? Like at 9.99?
Never.
They're going to keep going.
It's too late.
They've been doing that
Too
since
late?
the first one.
It's too late.
Plus,
like
I
a
think
thing.
numbers are easier. Else you'd have to come up with 292 different titles.
Yeah. Battle of the Brawl. Yeah. 292
All right,
works.
you're right.
So what do we got on the undercard?
So, I mean, top to bottom from the main event card, awesome. For those of you that are like diehard fans, the prelims are sick as well. We got a lot of former champions in there, a couple like up-and-comers, or if they win a knockout or a good decision, they're going to be on the next main card. The two fights outside of that, obviously the Sugar Sean O'Malley and Aljamain Sterling fight I'm looking forward to the most are the Marlon Vera Pedro Munoz fight.
I knew it.
And
What do you got?
Dude, I love Vera. I love Vera. You can't stand toe-to-toe with him. His power is ridiculous. With that right hand, I mean, he drops fools like no one else's business.
Minus 198.
Yeah, it's a close fight. It's going to be a close fight.
Well, one of them is the number 6 contender.
Yeah.
And the other one's number 10 contender.
Vera had a couple bad months. You know, he was supposed to fight. He had to pull out. He had another fight. So his contention kept dropping because that division, everyone else was fighting.
Yeah.
This is one of those where it's like I think the UFC kind of threw him a bone. Like, this is a get-right fight. Puts him back in the conversation of, hey, maybe one more good win, you get your title shot again. However, Pedro Munoz, this guy, I've watched him his last 2 fights. Both times, one was by decision. I believe one was submission. Submission, he got lucky. The decision, though, he won far and away.
Okay.
Vera, though, is going to knock this fool out.
Knock him out.
Knock him
Ring
out.
the fucking
Is
bell.
that a blue chip?
That's a blue chip.
Ring the bell and say it again, Papa.
Vera knocks him out. Second round,
Max.
It's just his conditioning is much better. He is one of the best conditioned fighters in that division that I've ever seen in terms of he's similar, like, for people that aren't diehard fans that may know UFC a little bit, like Max Holloway or Nate Diaz. Just keeps getting hit, and it's like the tank just kind of gets a little fuller, full.
Yeah.
Like, each hit just kind of helps him out a little bit. That's where Vera is. I think he knows what kind of fight this is, where it's like, I need to win. I want my title shot. I'm right there. Like, a good win here, and then he can have like a little bit lesser of a win his next fight. It's a title shot in that third fight. I think we're looking at Vera fighting for a title in 2024. Probably fights one more time this year before the end of the calendar year. And then we see him in a title fight, main eventing, more than likely against Aljo.
Okay, if you miss this, I'm firing you next week.
This guy used to work for ESPN, does he not? How'd that sound? Sounded fucking professional.
You can't work at ESPN.
No, yeah.
I interned at the NFL Network.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Hell yes. Okay,
So you,
now
so you have that Vera fight at under 2.5.
under 2.5.
And minus
That's at-
198.
So the under is plus 240 right now,
Wow.
and then Munoz by KO is plus 750.
Bang,
well,
bang.
he likes Vera.
I
My
love
bad.
Vera.
Vera by knockout is plus 300.
Wow. And under plus money?
Listen,
Wow.
people are listening, Luke. I already took credit for your Gaethje
Poirier.
and Poirier
Wow.
analysis. So let's move
Tomorrow's
on.
going to be a fun night.
Let's move on.
It's next one.
What do you got?
The women's fight. Oh,
Great fight.
I'm more excited for this fight than I
Great
am the
fight.
actual
Is that
main
a
event.
Yes.
Yeah, co-main event. So
Okay.
co-title.
Yes, it's Shanae Santiago against Rafa's wife. They're going to go at it.
Oh my God, I got the Santiago's all day. No, but it's Zhang. I'm going to butcher this name. Zhuang Wei Li versus Amanda Lemos. Amanda Lemos. Let's start with her. She's the challenger, number 5 ranked in the division. She has fought in the UFC fight nights. So for people that don't know, the octagon for those fights are actually smaller.
Yeah.
So not a lot of room to move around. A lot more hand-to-hand combat. Dude, this chick knocks fools out.
Yes.
I mean, she lays them out. It's every fight I've seen. She had one submission win, and that was because the girl, she was going for the knockout, slipped her, and Lemos just got the hooks in her immediately, put her on the ground, choked her out. It was like, it was done quick.
Finito.
Zhuang Li, though, her one loss, Sonny and I were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
She just, the one mistake, and obviously UFC, wrestling, all those things, you make a mistake, someone's going to capitalize.
That was Rose, right?
Yeah. She doesn't make mistakes. I mean, she came out in the next fight to win her title back.
That was a head kick that
that was the one where she dominated
minus
her.
325.
Zhuang Li is going to win outright.
Bang,
Decision?
Bang.
Decision, though. Because Zhuang Li...
This is a 5-rounder?
This is a 5-rounder.
Wow.
Because Zhuang Li, I don't see, I think she's going to... Her whole thing now is she's about legacy. She's like, I want to retire with the belt. She wants to be like Nunez and Amanda Munoz and all those fighters where it's like, the goal is to retire with the belt. She is one of the few female fighters where I've seen where she's at the top of the mountain, loses at the top of the mountain, and can come back to the top of the mountain.
Yes, I agree.
So now I think she's going to fight a lot more smarter, where she's going to stay away. The first round, obviously, Lamos's fights more than 50% of the time don't make it out of the first round because of that knockout power. Yeah. She's going to stay away from her. I think we're going to see a lot of just like stick and move, try and take her to the ground, put all the body weight on her, do the blob, all those things.
So Lemos has no chance, is what you're saying?
If she doesn't knock her out in the first round, it's not looking good for her.
Bang,
so
bang.
0 chance.
0 chance.
What's the over-under on this? 4.5?
3.5.
3.5.
Favoring the under.
Favoring the under. Okay.
I think that's just because a lot of people think Zhuang Li is going to come out a little over-aggressive. I don't think so. I think she's just the smart fight.
She's a very technical fighter.
When she came out over-aggressive, she lost her title.
Yes.
When she needed to win her title again, you have to come out over-aggressive. Yeah. Now I think this is her first title defense as the new champion. We're going to see her take a little bit of a step back. Maybe she gasses up in the third round, but I don't see her looking for those quick knockouts like she's done in the past.
Okay.
It's one of two things. I think it's going to the card. She wins in decision. The only other thing I see, 4th round submission.
Zhuang Li, by decision is plus 330, and if you just think the fight's going to go to decision regardless of who wins, it's plus 235.
I see a two nobodies parlay coming together right here, Papa. All right, Luke, keep going, Papa. You're on fire.
This fight is one of the few fights I feel like in a while where we haven't had this much hype. Like McGregor Diaz, obviously you get those. Yeah. Michael Chandler when he entered the UFC. You have these crazy hype fights. This is one of those where I think a lot of people thought Sean O'Malley would be running his mouth, talking a lot of shit. And I watch everything UFC.
Is he scared?
I don't think he's scared.
No,
I think he's locked
in.
I think he is locked in. I think when Aljo said to him at the end of when Aljo beat Henry Cejudo in his last title defense, and he calls him, he's like, you little bitch, like, this should have been your fight. You avoided me.
Yeah.
And Sean was like, yeah, I avoided you. Like, and Sean admitted, he's like, if I didn't have to get to the title through you, that'd be beautiful. Like, he admitted, he's not shying away from it. And Aljo's like, you've had a year to prepare. He's like, yeah, I've had a year to prepare for you.
Yeah, snap my fucking leg in half, guy.
He's like, all these things. He's like, Sean's not being like all defensive. He's like, yep, that's true. Yeah. Yep. Like, he's doing it how when we saw McGregor fight Diaz the second time. If you remember that press conference, McGregor's dressed just like in the golf tee and like just a pair of khaki pants.
Very focused.
Diaz is running his mouth the whole time because McGregor did it the first time. McGregor's sitting there and, he says, I'm like in a state of zen. I'm just locked in. And we saw him come in those first 2 rounds. Obviously, it went 5 rounds, decision.
Yeah.
I thought Diaz won that fight, but doesn't matter. But in those first 2 rounds, we saw McGregor so locked in. Like, it was a different, everyone's like, this isn't McGregor. He's not looking for the knockout. He's looking to tire Diaz out. And then, obviously, things turn around. I think what Aljo said today, a lot of people aren't looking at in the ceremonial weigh-ins. He goes, first round, TKO. Simple as that. Sonny and I were talking, why? You're the
why
best.
would you say that?
You're arguably the best wrestler in the entire UFC.
Yeah.
Why are you going to look for a first-round knockout? That's Sean's game. Sean tries to knock fools
He's a
out in the
knockout
first round all the time. There's no reason, and maybe it's all brilliant ploy by Aljo to get Sean, catch Sean. Maybe he does get him in a knockout or gets him in the ground early, sleeps him early. I think Aljo's a little too confident. I'm taking O'Malley in the decision, 5 rounds. Woo! I see a 4-5.
Is O'Malley, what's his record?
16-1, and the one is a no contest.
Yes.
But if
So
you
he's
ask,
technically undefeated.
so yeah, if you ask Sean, he says he's undefeated.
I agree. He's undefeated.
His no contest was like, it was a pretty bullshit.
But
call.
his weakness is the ground game.
He's pretty trash on the ground. Yeah.
Yes.
But
So he gets to the ground. It's over.
it's not over. That's the thing, because Sean's length outmatches Aljo like far in between. It's similar to when Diaz and McGregor fought the first time. And remember, McGregor got on the ground and he's on top of Diaz, and Diaz just uses his length, pulls McGregor, puts McGregor on the ground, gets him in the sleeper, ends the fight in the third round.
Yeah.
Where I don't think we're gonna see Suga end that fight in a submission in any way. But if he gets on the ground, his jiu-jitsu's gotten a lot better. His wrestling's gotten a lot better. Every fight, he's just gone up. Like when he fought on the undercard at the McGregor fight, he got the crap kicked out of him, but he was also giving it back. Like he didn't sit. It was just back and forth. The fight after that, it was a huge wrestling fight. A lot of people thought he should have lost that fight to Peter Yan. I thought he should have, but his wrestling was far and away much better that camp. So he knows he's got the boxing. He knows he has the striking and the kicking and all those things. His ground game is what he's worried about the last 4 fights. Aljo's a ground fighter. He's going to defend the ground. His length is much better than Aljo. I don't think he lets Aljo get that close to him. I like Sugar in 5 rounds, indecision.
It's a bold statement.
What's the money on that, Eddie Money?
Sean by decision is plus 700.
Yeah, I think it's like pretty. Yeah, it's Aljo's the heavy favorite, and that's just because I'm also like a personality guy. So Aljo, when he won the title against Peter Yan, he won because of an illegal strike.
Yeah.
The first guy to ever win a fight win a title because of an illegal fight or strike in the UFC. He's like, I don't deserve this title. I don't want it. But then he's going on Instagram, posting pictures, being like, fuck all you guys. Like, look at me. I'm the champion.
Yeah.
He's been awesome in his title defenses. He fought Yan again because Yan obviously gets his rematch, kicks the crap out of Yan. He fought Cejudo, who was, at the time, a lot of people thought he was the best wrestler in the division. Cejudo was
Olympic gold medalist.
But he's also, at that time, he
Pretty
was
good
like
wrestler.
way down. Like, he was way down at that point.
Yeah.
So I think Aljo defending the title has been fantastic. His last 2 title defenses, though, have been against guys tail end of the career. UFC's like, here, try and win your title back. Like, Cejudo, I think, deserved it. It should have been Sean. I think it was more of a, I don't really care what you're going to say by Sean. I'm going to wait because I want to see if I can get that guy instead of you. I think Sean's going to be really prepared. He's really locked in. And if this fight goes past 2 rounds, odds for Sean shoot through the roof.
So, Luke, do me a favor. Ring that bell and give me your prediction.
All right. Ring the bell first.
Ring the bell first, Papa. Blue Chip is in the house.
Sugar Sean O'Malley in 5 rounds in the decision.
That's big money, Rafa.
That's a bold statement.
The hometown kid in front of his crowd. The crowd hates Aljo. Aljo
it's going to be wild.
Aljo does not look locked in for this fight. Like he's palling around with Joe Rogan all week. He's like, oh, what's up, Dana? Like he's
a superstar.
Yeah, he's like pissed at Sean though because he feels Sean's been given everything because Sean came out of that like the Dana White Contender Series.
Right.
And yeah, Sean started his career, definitely got a lot of fights he shouldn't have, but he proved.
Yes.
Like he won those fights. He won all those fights. So I like Sugar Sean O'Malley, 5 rounds in the decision.
Wow.
You can bookmark it.
Bang, bang.
Eddie Money's already bet it.
Luke, he's already on Bovada.
Eddie Money's already bet it. He's fucking firing away at Bovada.
I just got a text. Can I borrow $2,000, Eddie? Yes.
All right. So the predictions are.
Let's go through them.
Go through them again. Marlon
Vera, knockout, 2nd round.
At the most.
I'm going, I think the over-under you said was 2.5.
2.5. So you like under?
I'm taking the under.
Okay. So under 2.5, Marlon Vera against Munoz, and Marlon Vera to win the fight.
Yes.
Okay. And then we have Zhang Weili.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think you were pretty good about it.
I'm pretty fucking good.
Actually pretty good.
I'm pretty fucking good.
Pretty good.
I'm pretty fucking good. So we have Zhang Weili minus 325 to win this thing.
In decision.
In the decision.
Is Zhang Weili
I like that.
Chinese and French?
Zhang Weili, Pepe.
Dude, if you see her,
She's had some French weenie in her.
She's bred for fighting.
Oh, she's
I thought you were going to say she was
insane.
French.
No.
No, she's scary as F.
Yeah,
scary as F.
I think Lemos is going to give her a good couple rounds, but then I think Zhuang
So
Li-
if she gives her a good couple rounds, you don't think she can end the fight before the
she
fifth?
can't because she has no conditioning. She's never been 5 rounds. Zhuang Li's been,
Lemos.
yeah.
Right,
Lemos
so you
can.
don't think the fight will end before the 5th round because because she can't?
No,
she's not
because
gonna-
she won't be able to put her away.
Okay.
And Zhuang Li is going to fight a lot smarter this time, is what I'm saying. Where like,
Okay.
last time she was winning the fight after 2 in her title defense. She was winning the fight after 2. Rose got like super tired, and then she decided like, oh, I'm going to go and attack her now, and then she lost.
Yeah.
She lost her title. We're
And then you have Sugar Sean
in the decision.
in
5
the
rounds.
decision, 5 rounds.
New champion and new.
All right.
Wow.
So there it is, people.
There it is, people.
We'll clip it,
Amazing breakdown, Luke.
smack it.
Amazing breakdown. You've been asset to the show.